$4 a gram. Not bad. A lot of you folks might know that a lot of opal cutters do not like to cut opals that are in water because when they dry out they get a lot of crazing. If you folks haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to Pulitzer Opal. Pulitzer Opal is an awesome YouTube channel where the gentleman really talks about the finer points of cutting and for shopping for opal. He's an awesome guy. Perhaps the funniest, most entertaining gentleman in the whole lapidary YouTube scene. These look really cool, but there's a good chance he will not look half as cool when they dry out.
There's one in here that looked like it had a shell in it. Where'd it go?
I saw recently on online that they were finding some bugs inside of opal.
Really?
Kind of like amber.
Yeah, I saw some amber with bugs.
Yeah, those were actually not legit. They put a lot of amber in a vat. If it's even amber, sometimes they'll put like a resin that looks like amber in a vat and then they throw the bugs in there. If you're not paying the bug price, it's definitely thrown in there. This is a sweetheart. A lot of people like to take this stuff since it dries out and it gets the crazing. They'll take smaller pieces, put them in the little jars with water, and make necklaces that way. Definitely fun to touch.
This is fake.
No, it just doesn't have any color. It does kind of almost have a cleavage like glass or something.
Yeah.
This bin is $4 a gram. It would probably make this $250 for a piece like this. This bin is $3 a gram. Some darker stuff and a lot of pieces that don't have any fire in it at all. It definitely got some good medicine. Oh, look at that one. Some beautiful dendrites in there. Here's another piece with some beautiful dendrites. Not a lot of color, but the dendrites are really cute. I cut a lot of Peruvian and Brazilian opal that doesn't have a lot of fire but has a lot of dendrites, and I really enjoy it. It looks like Caribbean water. Very cool. How much do you want to drink a cup of the opal water? So I don't use a lot of beads in my work. Sometimes I'll incorporate them into my necklaces, like the braided necklaces. But I usually use the beads as a backing beads to make my necklaces adjustable. And I do prefer to use very affordable beads. During the Tucson show, there's always a few piles of beads at a lot of bead vendors where they're all tangled up or broken, and you can get them for $1 or less. The Denver show tends to be a little bit more expensive than the Tucson show. So $2 a strand, not bad. Looks like some nice heat-treated carnelian. I could definitely use this in my artwork. Some bamboo coral style hishi. I don't really mind bamboo coral, they're nice. You just really should sell it as bamboo coral instead of just coral, so people don't think it's the Mediterranean variation. It's kind of like a African trade bead style bead. Super cool. Olive pyrite. Never heard of this material before. Definitely can see the pyrite. I wonder if it's like olivine and pyrite. Is it epidote and pyrite? I really don't know. Love the Lapidary beads. This sodalite looks like it's going for $7 a strand. Zebra looks like it's going for $10 a strand. Zebra Dorite. Never heard of this material before. $7.50 a strand. Pretty cute. Lots of different types of Lapidary pieces. They look like they're going for between $8 and $10 a strand. Lapidary beads, for the most part, really doesn't do the material justice because the flash isn't on all sides. But I really like it. I don't do beading anymore. It's so much work. There's nothing worse than getting those all the way done and just dropping it and just the beads go everywhere. It's traumatizing. $7 a strand for these beautiful Amazonites. Not a bad deal. You could easily make super simple, just Amazonite necklaces using beading wire, put a little silver clasp on the back, get 45, 50, 60 bucks. Easy. Honey calcite, perhaps not the best material for beading. You hit it up on a glass table or hit it up on the bar top. It could probably easily get broken or, like, you know, marred. Probably very easy for this material to lose its polish. And that is $8 a strand. Between $8 and $9. Some more African turquoise. As you might have heard me say before, this is actually not a turquoise. It's a jasper. Looks like it's going for between $10 and $12 a strand. I like this stuff. When I first started cutting, I was using Diamond Pacific machines at the Diamond Pacific booth during the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show. And I was buying this material for about $2 a pound and making little eggs. And I was selling them for like 20 bucks. Doing pretty well. It was a lot of fun. I got a soft spot for that material for sure. Green opal. I actually don't believe I have ever cut a piece of green opal. The material is very affordable. Looks like these are going for between $9 and $11 a strand, but I've seen the rough go for as low as about $4 a pound. It takes a lot of material to be able to mill out these perfect rounds. So it's definitely a lot more affordable to leave it to the professionals and to buy milled beads, because you're going to waste so much material and you're most likely not going to get the same quality of beads as the people who are making stuff like this. Very nice. These are $17 a strand. These pink opals look like they're starting at about $5 a strand, maybe going as high as $12 a strand. Very cool. Here's some nice opalite. The first gemstone cat I've seen at the at the Denver show. I promised my nephew I'd get him a little gemstone cat, but I think I would like to get him something that's not opalite. Opalite is a man-made material, for those of you that don't know, and these are going for $6 each. I would never be able to cut that for $6 each. I would have to get at least $100 to make one of those little sculptures, and no one would probably buy them for me for that price. Here's some nice pendants. These, I don't know if they're glued. It looks like they're probably not glued. Maybe drilled inside. They have a little stem and then perhaps adhered afterwards. It does look like it has a 925 stamp at the top, and for 10 bucks, can't beat that. I probably wouldn't be able to drill into it to put the silver bell for $10, let alone carve the piece. It's a very good price. Do you think this turquoise is Hubei Mountain? Nice. Okay. I hear there was a lot of flooding over there this year. That's sad. I'm sorry about that. Very good price. Looks like they're starting at about $12 each, $22 for this nugget style. What I used to do is I would buy these nugget beads, I would cut them in half and then make small cabochons. You can easily make 10 times your money back by cutting these in half and making caps. Very nice. Actually, these are like pretty darn great quality Hubei beads. I've bought a lot in the past from Silver Sunbird, I believe it's called, during the Tucson show. And they had a lot of brown matrix, and they were a little bit more expensive than these. So yeah, the stuff I was cutting was closer to this quality. I think I was paying close to 6 cents a gram, but that was only the first year they were selling this material. After a while, maybe 2 or 3 years later, they were charging a lot more than this. I think they started to realize they were charging way less than the material was worth. $130 a strand for these big bulky bad girls. Love them. Hubei Mountain comes in a wide variety of different matrices, different styles. You can get some pooling. You can get some spider webs. You almost get some stuff that almost looks like Royston. Some of the world famous Burmese Jadeite. I love Jadeite. There's a great story on a gentleman who kind of got the Jadeite scene really popping off. It's always been super popular, and it's definitely a traditional historical stone. But the story I heard was that the gentleman who really got the modern era of Jadeite started sold gold bullion. He wasn't in the gem scene at all. And a gentleman gave him a Jadeite bangle, like a bracelet, and he gave it to his mother. And supposedly the gentleman who gave him the bangle said that it's really good for protection and such. So he gave it to his mother. And the gentleman's mother fell down a huge flight of stairs, and she was well into her senior years, perhaps 80 years old or something. And she fell down all these stairs and was perfectly fine, but the Jadeite bangle broke. So he was a true believer after that, and he got in, you know, dived in deep into the jade scene, really marketed it, really pushed it. And even though this was already a super popular material, he really got it going. If you check out some of my Tucson videos, I show some nice larger carvings and pendants that are going for $1 or $2. But like I've said before, milling the beads is very hard to get these perfect rounds at a great polish. You lose a lot of material. So just getting this shape and this polish of this quality is going to cost more than a simple carving or a cab or a pendant. It looks like these are starting at about $16 for pieces like this. And these more greenish pieces, even though they're a little bit more pale, they're going for about $35 because I guess they're taking the time to cut out the matrix. All right. Some nice aquamarines. I really enjoy the UFO shapes. These look like they're going for $14 a strand. I wouldn't mind buying some of these to make myself some necklaces, but I don't really think I look good with gemstone beads. I really do like garnet UFOs and garnet faceted donut shapes, but still can make a lot of money on some aquamarine necklaces. Some of the nicer pieces are looking like they're a little bit over $25. I wonder how much these tiny, tiny, tiny rounds are. Here's the price, $9 a strand. Very nice. I would not want to try to beat these. It looks like they're probably 2 millimeters across, maybe 2.5. So the hole has to be 0.5 millimeter. That's got to be super tough to bead. I actually have a really hard time finding 0.5 millimeter beading wire. Looks like some calcite. These are cute. Graduated moss agate. This would look great on a man. Almost like pre-Columbian style looking. Pretty cool. Oh, cool. The gentleman is taking the time to make these cards which show off the metaphysical properties, also what the material is made out of, and the scientific name. Very cool. I wish this gentleman luck. He's inside of the main indoor section here at the Denver Gem Show. The entrance is over there, so one straight across. If you come to the Denver Show, the bead booth straight across from the entrance. Come check them out. Here are some beautiful Dominican ambers on silver, real simple bezel, real simple bail, but totally beautiful and probably extremely affordable. This one's a little scuffed up. I was talking to a gentleman during the Tucson Dem Show about polishing ambers. And while I was talking to him, a gentleman came up to me and joined our conversation. Oh, check that out. Amber and Lamb are the Dominican special. Or, you know, Dominican Republic. And the gentleman, the biker guy, was telling me how he uses Meguiar's headlight cleaner to final polish ambers and to repolish them after they get scuffed up. I guess it treats the amber like plastic on a headlight or something, and the Meguiar's headlight cleaner polishes the material very easily. I've done it myself a few times, and it definitely works. The gentleman tells me that he takes his stuff to about 1,000 grit. I took mine to about 1,000 grit and I didn't get the same results, but it definitely works. And I would probably take it closer to 2,500 before I tried to use the Meguiar's headlight cleaner to polish the amber.